Alright guys, welcome back to Leftover Makeover, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to repurpose hummus 3 different ways. The first way we're going to do it is we're going to make a dressing. Alright, so we are going to use a bowl that has a spout for easy pouring. So basically this is a full cup of hummus. So I'm going to use this whole container of hummus for this dressing. Alright, now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of tahini, basically half a tablespoon of tahini per quarter cup of hummus. Now we are going to add 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, a half a teaspoon per quarter cup of hummus. We're going to add the juice of a whole lemon, and that was roughly about 2 to 3 tablespoons for my lemon. Now we could just stop here, whisk this up, add a little bit of water, it'd be perfect. If you want to go extra like I'm going to, we're going to add some capers. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of capers chopped up and like a tablespoon of just the brine. I also forgot the garlic, so we'll do that too. And I am going to microplane in 2 cloves of garlic. Alright, and we're going to mix this together and then we will add water as needed. Alright, and I added about 1/4 a cup of water, and this is what we're looking for. We want it to be pourable, and it will thicken up even more as it sits in the fridge. So if you need to add more water after, you can. I would taste it here, add salt and pepper as desired. I think it's perfect as it is. Tart, you got that fat from the tahini. The hummus I used was a garlic hummus, so it's already garlicky, but that was like a roasted garlic. And then we added in the fresh garlic, which gives it a little punch. And you got the lemony flavor. Honestly, I would have added even more lemon than this, but I really don't want to cut open another lemon. But, you know, taste and adjust as you want. This is a super easy hummus dressing, a great way to use leftover hummus. So for our second hummus leftover recipe, I've got some red pepper hummus here. And what we're going to do is we're going to boil some water, salt it generously, and I'm going to boil some pasta. I'm using this Protein Plus farfalle. We're basically going to make a hummus pasta. Right, and we're going to add our pasta. And after the pasta cooks, it's almost done. We are going to reserve a cup of pasta water. Alright, so after we've reserved a cup of pasta water, which I have right here, we drained the pasta, we turned off our heat. We're going to put this back on the burner. We're going to keep it on the burner off, and the residual heat will help us put together our sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and put this directly in the pan. You're going to have to use a rubber spatula, but and then we're going to add in our cup of reserved pasta water. And we're going to go ahead and mix that together until it combines well. Now it'll look really loose like this. Do not worry, it will thicken up. So here you can add whatever else you want before you re-add the pasta. Normally I would add spinach. Today I have some peas, so I'm going to add some peas into this. And now I'm going to add back in my pasta. And we're going to mix this together and let the residual heat thicken up this sauce. Alright, and there it is. The sauce has thickened up, as you can see, and it's coating all of the pasta. And this is like a super quick and easy pasta. Like, you got nothing else but hummus and a box of pasta. You can make dinner, trust me. So, like I said, I usually use spinach, but this is really good with peas too. You can use whatever vegetables you have on hand. This is just what I had currently that needed using. Also, another thing, you can do this and let this pasta cool, and you can use this like a hummus pasta salad. You can do that too. I've actually done that before and it's quite good. So yummy. And you can up the flavor more, like add some lemon juice. If I was going to make this into a pasta salad, I would add some roasted red bell pepper in here, maybe some sun-dried tomatoes, stuff like that. Alright, let's move on to the last recipe. And for our last recipe, we're going to need a can of beans. Technically, I'm using 2 cans of butter beans for this. You can vary it depending on how thick you want it or how thin you want it. But we're basically going to make a hack for beans on toast that is going to be using the hummus instead of any other sauces. So we're going to go ahead and drain and rinse our beans. While the residual water is draining from those, I'm going to turn my heat on to a medium-low. And we're going to add our hummus, and then you can add a cup of water, or not even a cup, like a half a cup to a 3/4 of a cup of water, or you can use coconut milk. You can use whatever liquid you would like to thin this out. Now for the hummus I'm using today, I'm using the Trader Joe's Crunchy Chili Onion Hummus. So I'm going to go a little bit fancy with this one, but you don't have to do everything I'm about to do. You can just use a normal hummus. I really like a preserved lemon hummus or a lemon hummus with beans. I think it's really, really good, but this is the one I'm going to be using today. All right, and since I'm making multiple recipes in this video, I actually have the water I have is reserved pasta water. So I'm just going to add in a little bit at a time. So that was about 1/4 of a cup. I would recommend a silicone whisk instead of a spatula to really mix this up better, but I'm not dirtying another dish because listen, I just did 3 things. Like I just made 3 different meals, okay? Like I'm not doing that right now. So just mix this until it combines. Add more water as you need. Like I said, this is about 1/4 cup. I'll probably add another 1/4 to a 1/2 cup before the end. All right, and this is what we're looking like right now. As you can see, it's thinned out. We're gonna directly add our beans to this. All righty, so we are beans in. Gonna stir it around here, get them all well incorporated. And basically, we're gonna let this cook until it thickens back up. That's it. Now, like I said, I am gonna do this a bit fancy because I have a couple of extra ingredients. So I have this Trader Joe's Crunchy Chili Onion Sprinkle. I'm gonna add some of this. I also have the Trader Joe's Crunchy Chili Onion Crunch Oil stuff. Yes. So I'm gonna add some of these as well. And then I would say if you're gonna do this exactly like I do and you do happen to have these, maybe sprinkle some of these and drizzle some of this on top when you do go to eat your beans on toast. It will be phenomenal. Alrighty, I'm gonna add a spoonful of this in. Maybe a little more because I really, really, really like it. And I want it to have a little kick to it. You know what I mean? And then we're just gonna sprinkle some of this in. Just a little, like, I don't know, tablespoon, not even, maybe a teaspoon. And then we're gonna mix that up even more. All right, I'm gonna pop a lid on this bad boy and let her cook for about 5-10 minutes until it thickens up. All right, and it is rapidly simmering. Steamy. The bottom is starting to stick, so I went ahead and turned off the heat and gave it a little stir. And now we're just gonna let it come down to temp, and it should be nice and thick. And look at these gorgeous beans, guys. Wow, look at that. And they'll thicken up even more as you let them sit. I usually do beans on toast like a meal prep thing. So I would separate this into probably 4 servings. Maybe more. Depending on how hungry I am. And yeah. That is it. Just that easy, guys. So yeah, there's so many different ways you can use hummus. You can make so many different things with it. This is just the tip of the iceberg. These are the things that I use most of the time with leftover hummus. So I hope you give these a try and let me know what you think. And I will see you next time. Bye.